All right. Um, Good, I guess, evening, everybody. My name is Deontay Chapman. As you all know, I am a public notary and ordained minister for the state of Ohio. And I do a variety of things I'm going to get to tell you guys today and show you. Um, um,
You say you can bring a friend on and invite people to join you on camera.
So, a second. I'm about to. Okay. Um, there we go. There we go. Um, okay, so like I said, I am a public notary and ordained minister for the state of Ohio. That means I do a variety of things here, not just for Cleveland, where I'm staying at. When you're in Ohio, you can do Ohio for public notary. Um, when the fishing is different, I'll get into that next. Um, so, with being a public notary in the state of Ohio, what some people don't know or understand is what the first thing is. Maybe they think, like I used to think, like, oh, I have to go to school for a long time to do this, or do all this studying, all this other stuff, la 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 la. Like, take all these courses and all this stuff. But I researched it, I Googled it, um, and when I Googled it, I found out that all I had to do was pay a certain amount of money, and they gave me the stuff to research these packets to research, uh, like the study guide. They gave me that. They could have sent it to me, but I printed it off myself. It was cheaper and easier. You can do that. Having a printer is going to save you a lot for a lot of this stuff. Anyway, I printed it off. I studied it. It was real easy, especially with me already taking criminal justice classes and stuff like that. Um, it was easy already. So, um, so all I did was I took the sorry about that. Studied. My wife told me a little bit to study. I studied. I took. It's a test. It's going to be an exam you take. Once you do that, um, let's try it again. Um, once you feel like you're enough to take your test, all right. Once you feel like you're comfortable enough to take your test, take your exam. Um, if you fail the first time, I think the next time you get to take it, it's free. And then the third, if you fail at that time, you have to pay again. Almost like how you take your driver's test. If you fail at that first time, you have to wait a certain amount of time, and then you take it again, and then you'll be able to, you know, test again after like 6 months. But that's I think after you fail once, you have to wait maybe 1 month. I think 30 days. You take it again, and if you fail that one, you have to pay again to take it. But I don't believe you pay the full price. I think you pay cheaper. Um, so once you take your test, let's say you take your test, and you got two kids running around, you have to like pause it or take it here and there because of them. You can do that. You can pause. You can come back to it here and there. Um, I just want to say that the quicker you get it done is better. If you can just designate, I want to say maybe 2 hours, 3 hours to yourself to study, read the study guide. It's only about 50 some pages. It sounds like a lot, but it's 50 some pages because you get the online, do Notary online, and you get it for just doing the regular like mobile whatever on hand notary. So um, the on hand notary I'll say is probably about 15 pages. You can read that, sit there, read it maybe over and over again. Keep it by your side so you can go back to it while you're doing the test, or just print it out, take the test, and go through it while you're taking the test. If, for people
So
that
can
can.
I just ask what were, I mean, even though I was there with you, what were um some of the things or tips that you would give people that you had to use specifically for you, having two children and whatever, when going through this process of becoming a public notary? What were some things that you know that specifically helped you in your situation with not really having the space to really have a study area, or just that quiet place and really needing to log back in and out? I know that you said that they were able to do that. You know, you can do that without it being any issues. That's awesome. But what other things did you do to help people that will be like in your situation if they wanted to become a public notary? Just, knowing, how easy it is. Can you give like an example of one or two things that you did to study?
Well, one thing that I did was when I got my study guide and I had any downtime, I would read it. And for me, I would read it, and as I would read it, I would either underline certain things that I felt like were important or write it down. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like if it felt like that's something I have to really remember, I'm underlining it or writing it down in my notebook or anything like that as like an extra reinforcement. Um, Read, and anytime you can, any downtime you can find, read. I know I was doing things like, okay, maybe I don't have time to read. I was looking up other notaries on YouTube or whatever, Facebook, if you can find
Mm-hmm.
anything, videos, and just let them play. Just let them play and listen while whatever you're doing. Like if you have to get the kids ready for school or whatever, have just listen, and because they provide a lot of tips too that you probably won't even find in the book that I'm hoping I can provide for people too. Um, Make sure you keep that study guide. That's like your, I don't want to say Bible because I don't want to be religious or anything, but that's like your backbone to being your notary because that's
Right.
something you can
Right.
keep. You can keep it while you're doing the test. You can keep it with you. I
Mm-hmm.
still have mine, and I still have to go back to mine. And sometimes, like, okay, can I? What I do? So it shows you a lot. They have pictures in there. That's something too. You can look it up on Google. Google helps a lot too. This to take this test. There's nobody there watching you. There's nobody there guarding you, saying you can't have this, you can't do that, you can't have this. Whatever resources you need to take to do that, use them. Whatever you can do. Even if
Absolutely.
you even if you have an
Absolutely.
uncle or a brother or cousin or sister that is a notary already, and they know this test like the back of their hand, you can have them come and help you do it. I won't say do it for you, because you need to know this stuff as well, because being a notary, you are dealing with a lot of things that can have you um, in serious trouble if you don't do it right. But it's the test is, to me, it's easy, and I didn't know it was that easy. I mean, you don't have to know anything at all about notary to become a notary. As long as you get that study guide, you study it.
Okay.
I can say this: if you want to get the study guide and do the test right then and there, like, while you're doing your test, go through the study guide. Okay, okay, this sounds like this is this. This should be this. You pass it, but you still are confused. Take your time. Take as long as you need. You have 5 years to renew your notary. Once you become one, you get 5 years to renew to renew again. So if you don't do a notary for 5 years because all you're doing is just learning and wanting to be sure because you want to be that dedicated, totally fine. Totally fine. It's no.
Okay, so I wanted to ask about just starting off. I know that a lot of us have definitely with this pandemic went into trying to find other streams of income and different, ways to make that extra income and or to start our own businesses or expand. So can you, even though I know it, can you tell everyone else kind of um, really what made you kind of think, notary would be a good, but before we get into that, let me ask, starting off, is it a low overhead to become a notary? Like price wise, is it, is it under 1,000? Is it under 500? Like what was the total price so far for you to get the materials that you needed? Just like a rough estimate of what you paid in order to kind of have everything that you kind of needed to become a notary to start off.
I want to say roughly, um, you can you can do what I did and go the easiest route. Pay your, I believe it's for right now in 2021. It was I took it. It was, I believe, 150. I believe I could be wrong. 150 to take the assess the
Okay.
to pay for your class, with your study guide and all that stuff like that. Once you pass your exam, um, I got a combo. So you're gonna want to buy your notary uh your notary title thing. I mean, you can buy your notary. That's why I say having a printer will save a lot because you can also print out your notary um certificate that you're a notary. You could print that out too. They have
Hmm.
a thing where you can buy it and they'll have it already encased and laminated and stuff like that. I printed it out myself. Went to the Dollar Tree, brought me a dollar frame, framed it. We're good to go. But I brought this, your stamp and your seal. It came with a little case for this, and it also gave me a no, I believe that was it. That was $70. You don't have to get both.
Okay.
You don't have
So
to get both. You can just
basically you can start the notary business for pretty much under like $500.
yeah, under
That's
like
pretty
$500.
much
Yeah,
okay. And
you
I
can start
mean,
your notary business with just
and I
getting
do
this.
know,
This here. This is
okay.
this is the seal. This is the most important part of your business. The stamp is too, but not as most important as your seal. The seal goes on every single thing that you notarize, everything. This doesn't have to.
Okay.
It's just more of a clarification of your name and expiration date and stuff of your notary, but this goes on every one. So you can just get this and say, I'm ready to go. This by itself is with shipping, $30.
Okay, so far, what type of documents have you signed, or are you able to sign? Because I learned from you that there are two different types of notaries. So it's the notaries that are attorneys, and then there are people like you that are non-attorney notaries. So I know that there's a difference between that. Can you just explain briefly, really quick, and then you could tell us about the documents that you've signed already?
Yes. Before I get into that too, though, I want to say that's where us came with the bundle. You'll get a notary journal, and that's where you keep everything that you've notarized and dated them. They can sign off on it too. So if they ever wanted to say, hey, such and such, when I got my notarized sign, I paid $30 for it. I didn't know I supposed to pay only $5, but you can go back and say, no, you paid $5. You signed off on it right here and said that it paid $5. This is what I signed off on. So it's kind of like a receipt. That's all that came in that bundle for $70. But now the question that you were asking me, I don't forgot because I got shot. I think we lost it. Um, so I'm trying to think. What did she ask? What did you ask me?
I asked you about the difference between the non-attorney and attorney.
So the difference between what I do and what an attorney can do for a notary. So I'm just an everyday average notary. I do car titles. I do wills. I do let's see, I can do.
Could you do school documents?
Yeah, school documents. I can do everything that don't pertain to the government. Meaning, if that's
what that does, but it doesn't.
I mean, it does, but it doesn't. I mean, but if it's something that you have to provide your Social Security for, your ID, birth certificate, all of those things, then that's something you have to take to an attorney or an official person. Like, I can't notarize something that says, hey, such and such and such was in the army on this day. We're saying he's being honorably discharged. We need a notary. Our notary called off today, or I don't feel like going in.
Right.
I can't notarize that because the government has to do that. Now, hey, I got a house and I need a notary. I just need you to sign off on my title. Or I'm giving my house to my son or my daughter, and all I need you to do is I'm transferring the title to that. I can sign that off. I can do that for a car. I can transfer the deed to a house. I can transfer like to a boat, stuff like that. I can notarize little papers. Like, let's say this. Say you want to go and buy this Xbox from somebody. I don't say Xbox because I'm looking at you buy an Xbox from somebody, okay? Or he wants to buy one from you. And let's say, hey, I have $500 out of the $800 that you want it for. You mind if I give you the $5 now and the rest tomorrow? Let's say you don't trust this person. Hey, let me call such and such detachment services. He can come over here real quick. I'm gonna write up this thing that say, you pay X amount of dollars on this day. You're gonna pay X amount of dollars on this day. Here's my signature. This is your signature. I come. I see his ID. Say, okay, this is your name. That's your signature. That's your ID. That's your signature. I'm gonna sign off on it. Stamp it with this, and you're good to go. Let's say he don't show up that next day with that extra money. You can take him to court for that, and you can sue him for your money. That's the purpose of being a notary. Now, attorney notary, that's what I can do. An attorney notary, he can do way more. Attorney notary, he could sign off on, let's say, death certificates, birth certificates, Social Security cards. Let's say you have I forgot what they call that. Basically, you want to have ownership of somebody, but they're not capable in their right mind to say
Powers
yes.
of attorney.
Power of attorney. I can do powers of attorney.
Yes.
But the power of attorney, you both have to be in mental health and goodwill to say, I can, yeah, I'll trust her. I'll trust my wife to be my guardian. She's not being forced. When I die, she got stuff like that. It's like if I, so yeah. Now, if it's somebody, like say it's a caregiver, or let's say it's, hey, my uncle, he had a bad car accident. He's a vegetable, and I want to take over power of attorney for him, so I can have, okay, they say I want to take him off life support. You have to go to an attorney for that, because he's not mentally able to say, hey, I have to see your ID. I have to be able to verify that's you. If I can't verify that that's you, I can't do that. An attorney can do more. They can talk to doctors and request doctor notes and all this other things. I'm not allowed to. I'm just an average guy that works somewhere else, and because I have this, is
I don't really want to say it like that, because you need to let people also know the requirements when it comes to the background.
Yes.
Because anyone cannot just do this.
Anyone cannot just do this. You must have a good background. Meaning, I don't even think you're allowed to have a misdemeanor.
You're not allowed to have anything on your record.
Your record should be squeaky clean. Now, I can't say if you had a record.
Nope, nothing like with traffic violations.
Yeah, not nothing like with traffic violations. That's because I had a traffic violation before. We're not gonna talk about that, but I'm talking about now. If I don't know if it's people that were, had a background, had it like expunged or got it taken care of.
Well, that's like something different. But
I can't stay for that. But for me, they say that you basically have no type of background to do this. They don't count traffic. So, but yeah, you must have a good background for that. You must be a U.S. citizen or have the credentials to be valid in the U.S.
Right.
What else am I missing? Social Security, everything like that. Yeah.
No.
Also.
Okay, go ahead.
You see this? Gosby? That was my name. I was going through something. I was getting my name changed. My last name. It's Chapman now. I got my last name changed. You don't have to pay extra to do that, unless you're getting a new notary certificate. All you do is you go in, you tell them I have my name changed legally by the state of Ohio.
Or whatever state.
Or whatever state. You send in the documents that you got from there. Your Secretary of State will send you another copy and say, hey, you was approved for this. That's how you know when everything is good too, because your Secretary of State will send you, hey, you've been approved, you've been denied, we need more. So having an email address that you can get into and keep constant tabs on is good too for this. So you can be very misled when it comes to reading on sites and stuff like that. And I'm here to tell you, I got misled with a lot of stuff, and too. That's why I say Google is your best friend, because they don't tell you a lot of stuff that has to be done. Like, they weren't gonna tell you that we email. They don't text you nothing. So if you get a text from anything, unless it's they saying to verify these code digits that come to your phone. That's other than that, everything comes from Frank LaRose or the Ohio Department of Notary, whatever.
Okay, so just to recap, you basically said that you can do wills.
Yes, wills.
That you can do school forms as well.
School forms, written forms.
So you can notarize. What? So for school forms, you can do wills. You can do what else? I'm sorry.
I can do titles,
Titles for cars,
deeds.
deeds. Okay.
I can't do mortgages. Only deeds. The difference between mortgages and deeds is a mortgage is something you took out a loan for, um, and you're paying on it, and they have their own people to notarize everything like that. What I can do is notarize a deed, meaning if the house is paid off, the house was built, the house was brought fully or whatever happened. Once you own that house, if you have the deed to that house, and you want to transfer it over, I can notarize that.
Okay.
I just can't do mortgage. That's a mortgage loan signing agent because your mortgage is a loan.
Okay, but you can do a training for that, correct? Or is that
Yes,
only an attorney
you can do
type
training.
thing?
You can do training for that. I just got an email that said that the Ohio Land Bank is now working with the Ohio Notary Services, and we are now to by you just being a notary, just one of a perk of being a notary. You can become a mortgage loan signing agent, and what they do is sign off on the mortgages loans for people. So all they do is probably just sit at the desk all day and say, okay, this person meets the requirements to get this loan. He got it. That's it. So I think you'll have real estate agents or companies coming to you and want you to notarize things for them. So.
And then I know that you can also advertise very cheaply.
Yes.
For this venture or business, whether it be a side business or you want to make this a full business. To get it started for something that's so lucrative and everybody needs. Yes. I feel like in 2022, everyone needs notary services. So just knowing that you can start under 500.
Yes, and the key to it is everybody, because I think people get scared too because when they say in the state of Ohio for notary, we're not allowed to charge over $5.
Right.
We're not allowed to charge over $5. But that's just for your signature per page. Meaning, if this person says, "Oh, I need you to notarize three papers," that's $15 because you're signing 3 papers.
Right.
Not a 20-page paper and they only need 1 paper signed. That's $5. If you want to charge $5, you don't have to charge anything. You can charge $0 to $5. The key to
pro
it,
bono. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do.
The key to it, if you're becoming a notary, is to be mobile. If you can be mobile, you can charge your price whatever. I charge $20. That's $25 just for 1 signature. That's $25. Let's say I got 2. That's $30.
And then I know, like you said, that you kind of base your prices off of distance as well. But at the most, you charge $20 to travel.
Like if it's let's say if somebody need a notary, he's like 5 minutes away from me.
Right.
I'll probably say, okay, that's $10. That's like right down the street from me. I'm not gonna charge you $20 to come right there down the street. But let's say if you are like 20 minutes away, that's about 20. That's probably about 10.
Yeah, I mean 20 miles. I think that would be
20 miles. Yeah.
20 miles
set yourself up. Set your standards however you want. That's why I say be mobile, because you don't have to pay extra anything to be mobile. You don't have to pay extra to be online, and that's to do it over the phone. Well, not over the phone, but they can just send you the paper. They don't have to be there, and we can do it like I'm talking to you now over.
Right, and so, that's for any county.
Yeah.
Or
you can just be online and just get an online job doing notary.
Yes.
A lot of notary places want you to be online anyway to have us certificate too as well.
So to know that you can kind of branch out from being the notary that you are now, which is basically just a brick and mortar type, you come to me, or a mobile, you can also do online where you don't have to even meet anyone. That's COVID friendly, it's sickness friendly, and like I said, you said that it was all over Ohio, so it's not just Cleveland. It's not just the Cuyahoga County. It could be Portage County, Lorain County.
The only thing that you have to deal with that's in your county is your Secretary of State. So let's say if you're in Portage County, Lorain County,
Right.
you'll have to deal with your Secretary of State. That's who will be telling you your information. Once you get approved to be a notary for the state of Ohio, you can notarize anywhere in Ohio,
Right.
anywhere. Which brings me to the next thing. Let's say you're in Ohio, okay, and a guy from Tennessee comes in, and he says, "Hey, man, uh, I got this car, and I want to I want to transfer my title over to my nephew, but my nephew he stayed in in California, but I want to get it notarized because he's coming up here because we're having a family reunion. So while we're here, I can you're in Ohio. I can notarize the Tennessee title. I can notarize the Tennessee title. I put my seal on it because I have to make sure my seal is on it. He has to take it back to his place. He can't go to California. I mean, he can go to California,
Okay.
long as he with the guy he's with,
Okay.
but he can go back to Tennessee, tell them I had this notarized in Ohio. My cousin was there. We both did it right. I just came back here because he had to keep going back to California. They'll put it in their computer. They'll put it in there. So let's say the next time he come up here, he want to grab it, he can do it. It's his now. It's just that simple.
Okay.
So
I
you
mean,
just
I'd
have to
love to hear
be
that.
in Ohio. It don't matter what it is, what state it's from, long as you in Ohio doing it, because they'll say some things might ask, like the back of the title. It do ask me, in what state am I, or what state are we being notarized? It's gonna be Ohio. You have to make sure it's Ohio. You can't notarize in Ohio, in California or New York or somewhere because you had that certificate and you're from Ohio. You're not
And
in Ohio.
let's just be clear. Different states do have their own rules. So
Yeah.
this is an Ohio rule we know for certain. We don't know if that's the same for California or Georgia or Tennessee.
Exactly.
They may allow that, but Ohio is very um, well, I mean,
Whatever is. So.
yeah, so that's just for Ohio. We know
Yeah.
that those are the rules. So we can do online notary, and then your next step is going to be you doing the loan signing agent.
Yes, I want
So
to do
that's going to be another move. So would you say, in your opinion, do you think that this very flexible, I feel like job, career, or whatever, do you feel like this is something that someone could take and do full time, or do you think that
Yes.
this is more of a just still a
Yes.
side hustle?
You can do it. You can do it however you want to do it. You can do it full time. You can do it side. I actually just got off of doing my notary stuff full time. I was a full time notary. As soon as I did it, I actually was full time. That was what I wanted. I wasn't working anything. But we were in the pandemic, and I was looking for ways to make extra money and stuff and keep up with everybody because everybody was still getting their haircut, still getting their hair and nails and stuff done like that and little things. I'm like, what can I do? Notary. Everybody's gonna need a notary event.
Absolutely. I think that was a very smart idea.
Yeah.
It was a very smart idea.
So you can work however you want to. If you want to make your own notary business and you're just mobile and you're riding around all day just doing notaries for people in Ohio or wherever you want to, you can do that. If you want to take your notary business, just be home based and just have people come to you or just make it your own little business, buy a storefront, make that your own little business, keep expanding off of that and adding more to it. That's how I got into being the wedding official.
Which we will get into next. I'm so
Yes.
excited. Before we branch off, I have I think 2 or 3 more questions that somebody that may play this back or show to someone just in case. I got a couple questions. The first question I think I want to ask is, where do you see yourself with this business? Do you think that you'll still be doing this part-time, or do you kind of in the near future want to make this more of a full-time job, or how do you see yourself doing notary in Ohio?
I see myself doing notary as I mean, as long as I can. I mean, as long as I can write, read, and as mentally healthy to do it. like I said, it's something you can do however, whenever you want to. It's something you can take on full.
Right, and that's
be
what I'm.
dedicated
So, do
to
you
it.
see
You can do
yourself
something.
doing that, or do you kind of still see yourself just still doing
I
it
see myself.
part time?
I see myself really just being part time, just
Okay.
maybe just having it as a luxury, like
Mhm.
just oh, I gotta get. Oh yeah, I do notary. Let me
Right.
know. That's if I continue to redo it, because every 5 years you have to renew. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so
Okay.
what's good, cuz?
So that's good to know. All right, and so you kind of still see yourself doing it part time,
Yeah.
um, which is awesome. Do you have a website, or do you have business cards or anything like that that you're going
I
to
don't
start
have
doing? How are you
business
going to
cards
market?
yet. I don't have
Okay.
business cards yet, but business cards are coming. That's the main. That's something you want to have for your business card. If somebody asks you, "Oh, you do notary work? What?" You want to sit there and just be like, "Yeah, take my number down," and you got to do that. Where my phone at?
Right. Absolutely.
Here my card. Take my card. Leave them
Absolutely.
out places, flyers, stuff like that. Um, but I am on social media.
And that's what I was going to ask. So
I'm
how
not
can we
on.
reach you?
I'm not. I don't have a personal website, but I am on social media. Chapman Services. That's on Facebook, Instagram. Um, I do have a email. That's where I conduct everything at. You can email me for anything. Mr. Chapman Services at gmail.com. Um, MRCHAPMANCRSERVICES.com. You can get me there. Um, yeah, word of mouth do. That's what I do.
Absolutely.
I bring it out
Word of
all the
mouth is
time.
also always going to be
So,
the best advertisement,
but
of
yeah,
course.
always. That's why
So,
you have to be upfront and center for anything that you do for your business. I mean, I come from Chapman bloodline. That's when we take on stuff, we make sure we have to be front and center for that, especially as males, because that's kind of like we are. We take it up, we go front and center with it, and we say, hey, I'm dedicated to this. I'm doing this. This is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it.
absolutely.
And that's what I'm doing.
So, do you have your prices up anywhere, or do you want to go over the
My
prices
prices
now?
are simple. I got my prices are simple. $5 per notary signature. That's that's it. $5 per signature. That's not saying $5 for my signature, my stamp, and my seal. No, that's everything. That's $5. Um, my notary prices is the base is 20, but I do go off of distance. So if you're, let's say if you're like 2 months away,
Less than 20 miles?
less than 20 miles, come on now, why would I? If you're close, trust me. But if I gotta go,
The minimum is five, right?
right,
Minimum is $5 to
yeah,
charge
the
for,
minimum was $5.
and the
So
max is 20
the max is 20.
for
So
traveling, right?
I just had a notary a few weeks back, me and this guy, and he works a lot. And I work too, so it's like we're kind of like playing tag and like, hey, we can do it this day. Oh, I got pulled over, so I got pulled at work, so so once I finally got to him, he was like, hey, here's $10 for the notary. I'm like, don't even worry about it. Just $5 for it. Just give me five because I'm actually supposed to charge you for me coming out here. I never wanted to charge him for coming out there because we kind of was. I mean, I convinced him a few times. It's like we was, because we set up the date. I got caught at work. We were doing
Honesty.
stuff, so
That
I'm
works.
like, you know what? It's cool. We kind of was
That's
just
awesome.
next time, if you need a notary, look at me up. I'm here.
Right.
So that's
And
all I
that
ask.
builds good rapport with
Yeah,
people. We want to
yeah.
trust somebody that we can refer to our friends and family. Like, okay, he is honest. He mess up, he'll get it right. That's the type of businesses people
Yeah.
want to mess with. Like I said, it's 2022. We ain't trying to mess with nobody shady. So we all about honesty and just giving us that energy. So really happy about that.
And
So
and also as a notary, you have to be prepared to um anything, any mistakes. You can't afford to do a mistake. Let's say if you're signing a title, and first off, you have to make sure that title is filled out. You want that title filled out. You want to make sure you have the party's IDs. You want to make sure that those IDs is what they sign on, what the name on the ID is what they sign on the paper. Um, and let's say you sign it, but you accidentally stamp it with your expired one because you forgot to get your new updated stamp, and you put the stamp on there and it's expired. They can't use it. You kind of just messed up their title. You kind of gotta say, okay, whatever you have to, when you go there, tell them that you're not even messed up. I need a new title. How much does it cost? If they can get it, me myself, I like to say I can go half in, or depending on how much it is, I'll buy it for you too. Because I messed up, I wasn't paying attention. That's how I can repay it because I should have been more vigilant. I should have been paying attention more, knowing what the hell I was doing before I even did it. That's why it's not good to do a notary. Like if somebody asked me to do a notary and I had a few drinks in me, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I won't do it while I'm under the influence of alcohol because I can't afford no mistakes.
Absolutely. So it's a very detailed job. You're saying
yeah,
very detailed.
Yeah.
Very detailed.
I mean, that's the reason why they have the things that they show you. You can look it up online and see how you're supposed to sign the notary and everything like that to make sure you do it right. And although you could, it sounds like it's like you're gonna look at it and you're gonna be like, okay, what did that say? Where do I sign? It's self-explanatory as well. Notary signature, notary tag, da da da, purchaser, trading. Like it's all self-explanatory on the back of everything. It's not complicated. But if you get confused, it's always Google. That's
all right. Thank you so much. So I'm happy. Sorry that I couldn't do our two thing. Fine. I do apologize. So happy to hear about Chapman services when it comes to your notary services. So I hope that everybody knows where to look you up at, where to find you. I'm happy with this venture. So
you can inbox me on Instagram or Facebook, or you can get my email. It's posted all over both sites. So just hit me up.
So let's get into your next venture.
Next venture I'm going to get into is this. This is my wedding official. Well, I won't say wedding official, but it's being an ordained minister. And the name is what it is. You're a minister. Excuse me, though. I am. I don't want to. How can I say this? I grew up in not good neighborhoods, and being descendant of somebody that was prominent in the churches on both sides of my family. My mother and father. My father was a bishop. My grandfather on my mother's side was a preacher. Both of them. His father. So I didn't feel like filling in those big shoes. Let me not say I didn't feel like. I didn't think I would be able to fill in those big shoes. But I did. I did try on the socks. I did try on the socks with this. What this is being an ordained minister is you can take this to any level that you want to. It's fairly it's more simpler than the notary. All I did was I went online and I was just sitting there one day. I was like, what else can I do with this notary? This was easy.
Right.
This was cool. What else can I do and make like what can I do? And then I was sitting there, I'm thinking about, wait a minute. I just remembered hearing somebody say on Practical Jokers, one of my favorite TV shows,
yes,
that Sal is an ordained minister. I'm like, what is that? I looked it up. Universal Life Church popped up, and I looked into it. And what they are is they are a universal church that's online, and they are I don't want to say free religion, but they embrace every religion and every culture and every
sexual orientation.
orientation,
So
everything.
right, exactly. So two women get
It's
married.
a universal life church. They embrace whatever you are as a human being.
Come as you are, and I love that. Absolutely.
And that's why I went with them. What they are is, I went on there, I looked them up, I filled out this application.
Mm-hmm.
And when you fill out the application, you pay, what did I pay? I think maybe 120.
Okay, so less than 200.
Less than 200. And that's all you have to pay. That's it. I paid that.
And what does it come with?
And you don't have to take no exam. You don't have to take no tests.
Mm-hmm.
You pay that. And they'll give you saying, okay, thank you for doing this. Thank you for joining us.
They did have to do a background check.
They gave you a background check.
You do have to do a background check. You have to have a background check.
Same thing as a notary. You can't have no background.
So not just anyone can do this, guys. So he makes it sound really easy. And
No. For this one, I think you can't have a misdemeanor. I want to say up to 6 years. It's a requirement. You can't have you can't have a weapon, a background for up to X amount of years. I can't remember the years, but they don't want you to have so many because they let convicts and stuff ex-cons and stuff, people that work.
Make some money, but it's in different states.
But it's in different states.
Ohio has different requirements.
Check your states.
Right, please check your states. Because Ohio is, like I said, one of the very grandpa type states. Yeah. So they don't allow a lot. They don't have a lot of flexibility, whereas other states do have other flexibility. So I just want to make sure while he's speaking like this that you want mine or you want to go on. Okay. Just to make you guys aware that it's simple, and these are two very lucrative. As much as you want to make them, as much as you hustle, these could be two very lucrative jobs and side jobs that you can do as a stay-at-home parent, or a parent that needs a parent, or just a person that may be a caregiver, or just someone in general. You don't have to have children or be a caregiver.
Or just think about if you want something to just fall on it, just in case if we do have to go into another recession.
Absolutely. These are two nice jobs that costed under $500.
Right.
To start. Right. And you can get right out the door doing it, but like I said, it is still some requirements. It's not as easy as we're going to search it, look it up. They both require background checks, and like I said, it depends on your state. But Ohio is very
popular too fast.
But yeah, the Ohio is very grandpa-ish with their rules. Old-fashioned. Please make sure that you old-fashioned. So please make sure that you check that. But anyway, babe, I'm sorry. Back to you.
But yeah, once you do that, your Secretary of State, once again, like I said, we're going to have this email. He'll contact you and say thank you for paying and wanting to be this. So, what you'll need to do is pay, I think it was $4 for your letter of good standing. I bought a package deal. When I paid for it, I got this book called the Power Review. I can't find it right now. It's in my stuff. It's a little booklet, and it shows you it teaches you about how to do all types of different weddings.
And ceremonies.
And ceremonies. Let me not say just weddings, no. Weddings, ceremonies, and unities. Mm-hmm. It'll teach you how to address different people, address different unities and ceremonies. It will teach you how to you can do funerals. It'll show you, they have a book for that.
No, and you can also maybe work in the hospitals or go to the hospitals as well.
I was getting into that too.
Okay.
Yes. You can get that book, but I didn't get that bundle. I got this what it came with was a sticker to put anywhere. It came with my badge and my letter of good standing. And what this is you could take this badge into, if you go to churches on Sunday, you can wear this. If you're going to a hospital, you can wear this. It's like a letter of recognition. I like to wear this. The reason why I wear this into a hospital, let's say I'm walking in, and let's say, oh, um, my husband just passed away. Do you mind, by me being a minister, do you mind saying a prayer? Do you mind, um, I don't think, like some people, some religions have it where once they're gone, they have to have a minister or somebody that's of some religion
To be there
help
with the
them
body.
pass on or be there with the body or something like that. I can do that too. Now, not saying that I'm going to be saying, okay, I'll do it, but you have to get paid. But that's not what that's about. Not everything. That's why you have to set up different. That's why you set up different things. This was not just something I also want to do just to have money for it, but it's something I want to just have for out the kindness of my heart.
Absolutely, because there's a lot of pro bono
work
that you can do with, like I said, even notarizing things, you know. And so I did think that was really nice that, you know, you can assist and be asked to maybe do, you know, stuff for fundraisers or nursing homes or
silverware. Well, I wasn't about to sell silverware. Nursing homes, hospice, anywhere that you feel like minister, pastor, preacher is going to be needed. That's what this card is. That's what you become.
Absolutely.
That's what you are.
Okay.
You can take that step. You can do this and become that step and open up your own church of whatever faith you want. I chose this to be, I wanted to do weddings. I wanted to do funerals. I more than wanted to do weddings just because weddings are more fun and more, or let me not say rememberable because losing someone is rememberable too, but they're more memorable per se. And what these are a lot to do depending on what you want to do. That's why you set your prices too.
Absolutely.
Me myself, I have different prices. My one package is I just go, I sign your certificate. What you do is you sign your marriage certificate. And you sign the other things that say I signed it on this day, I'm sending it back on this day, and your certificate and the license. You're gonna always send the license back, I believe. You send your license back, you keep your certificate. Because you get one from the state to keep for your records, the one from the state to keep for the couple's records, and one for the state. You want to be sure that you send it down. It doesn't now. They say usually in the book. It say usually, or the pastor's supposed to, or you should, because they want to leave it up for how you want to do it. But
how do you do it personally?
I personally, once I sign off on it, I get in the paper that they're supposed to keep. Whatever's supposed to get mailed off, I go and mail it right then and there. I have my note. I had the paper filled out already. I had a stamp. Everything. As soon as they give it to me, I'm putting it in the envelope. I'm sealing it up until I'm going to send it off right now. As soon as I send it, I'm telling them, hey, I just sent off your marriage certificate. Congratulations.
And you did actually both of your packages.
Yes.
Yes. So you've done a quick wedding ceremony type.
And I've done a big one.
And both people have gotten back their marriage certificates. Yes. You actually got recommended by that guy, which I thought was really awesome. And just to know that you are not just a wedding officiant, though, like you do offer more services. So can you kind of get more into that with the packages of just you won't only just sign, but what else can you do and assist
you can do. Listen, this package that I have for this couple. This was a $1,200 package. Yeah, about $1,200. And by them hiring me, I gave them a custom ceremony script, meaning I wrote something that was sweet, only tailored for them for when they say I do.
Mm-hmm.
I went with the bachelor to multiple things like the fitting,
To shop for the
to shop for
ring.
the ring. I was basically
Shopping for his bachelor party.
I tried to do everything and go anytime when the best man or the bachelor is going
To really
or
get to know.
the groom, sorry, this groom is going anywhere to really get to know, to really be able to
Personally make that
personally
message,
make
and you
that
did an
mess
awesome job.
and to parlay between the two
Yes,
as well.
to get to know the couple.
Because let's say the couple, like let's say the husband get there, he's like, okay, I'm kind of nervous because and he completely messed down and forget what the wife wants. I can be there. I'm that extra leverage that can give you and your husband, wife, and your best man or groom that leverage, whichever you want me to be for. I not only that, I helped throw the bachelor party. Um,
You did some recommendations because
I did the recommendations.
you
Yes,
also
yes,
recommended Born for Autism
yes.
to do
The
bridal
bridal shirts,
shirts,
I can do. Yes,
robes.
robes.
What else
I
did
did
you do?
that.
You did
Let's see. I did. Whew,
oh my gosh, so much. You
um,
went to the rehearsals,
the rehearsals,
the
yes, the
ceremonies,
main
the
thing, the
rehearsals.
rehearsals. I helped.
Um,
And at the rehearsals too, I try to help as much. Like, so if I gotta fill in for extra people, I'll do that. Like, I try to do everything I can to make sure the wedding goes as perfect I can. I stayed in contact with with the groomsmen, the best man, and everybody. If you want, I can have my wife keep in contact with everyone and
and
just to
that's what I
send
was
a
going to say too. So
hey,
you kind of recommended other venues or
yeah,
people for them
yeah,
to use as well
yeah,
because I am a massage therapist
yeah,
and I know
and
that I
yeah.
got to massage
And
the
my
bride to
wife
be
actually
and
threw the bachelor party, so that's kind of like I threw it because I recommended her too. Like that's what I do. I try to. So like I can have, hey baby, can you just text them and just say, hey, do everybody got this? She wants you guys to meet up here. She
absolutely.
wants this done. So because I want to give them that respect and that comfort. Okay, he's a guy. I really don't want him to do that. I have my wife here. It's you know how it goes. I get
So
it.
all in all, to say that you had like two or three other
Mhm.
packages. Your
Yes.
first package is just they meet you or
Yes.
you go to them.
My second package was they come to me, and that one is always gonna be $5, no matter what. You come to me, I'll sign off on however many leads you need. Oh, shoot, I'm thinking about the wrong thing. I see how I can think that. When you come to me, let's say,
You got it written down.
yes, but I have to do a little tweaking. Okay, so let's say, so I come to you, Bob. That's one of my things. That's why I'm getting confused. Okay, so I did this if they come to me and I marry them. I'm doing it if I come to them. I come to you guys. All you need, let's say, hey, we want to get married at the park today. I just need you to come and just say, do you? Do you take Penny
Right.
to be
Go.
my love?
Yeah.
That's it. Or just, just a little something like that. Okay, here I come. When is it? Wow, I'm there. That's 250. Yeah, 250. Because I had to change my they would they come to me because I'm going different avenues in my life right now. So
And that's fine, but I mean, 250 is
but
a
250
decent
is good.
charge to come to
Yeah.
them with distance
Cause
and
I'm coming to you, I'm charging my mileage,
right.
charging the signature. Um I'm also doing like I'm not gonna just show up in like slacks and like I'm not gonna show
You
up
can
in
come
jeans and a
to their
t-shirt or a
accommodation
whole
if
jogger suit.
necessary,
Yeah,
right? You come.
You need me
You
to,
can come to
let's.
their. Yeah.
I might ask. Okay, what colors y'all wearing? Oh, we're gonna be. I'm gonna try to, match that.
Accommodate as much as possible
The
on the notice that
250
you
goes
get.
a long way.
Yes, it does.
I make sure
It's
you get
worth
your
that.
250.
Of course.
Next up, $400. Let's say it's something small. All you need from me is just come and do the rehearsal. You want me to say like you get the custom ceremony strip, meaning I can just tell everybody how you guys got to this point and how much you love each other and give you your blessings for your wedding, and that covers the clothing and the maintenance cost. So that's just the ordinary thing. Like I'm not doing extra. I'm not doing less. You just need
But
you
he's
strictly
coming
just
for the rehearsal as well, which is
you just
different from
strictly
him just
need
coming.
me for the wedding. But I'm still gonna come. You always want to make sure your wedding officiant comes to the rehearsal.
If you want it that way, unless it's a quick one.
If you
it's
want
a
it
quick
that
one.
way.
If it's the 250 one and like it's just we just did this on the spur of a moment, we need you in 2 days. That's something different. But
if it's something like you have
planned out,
you
make sure that you want a wedding officiant that will come to rehearsal.
Yeah.
So his price includes him coming to rehearsal and making sure that everything is good for your day.
I may not come. Like let's say if you have rehearsal 4 days out of the week, I may only come them 2 days.
Right, but it's included in the price.
But yeah.
So
I may come to one day just to meet everybody, introduce myself, see how everything is going, how everything goes. That next day come and basically just fit in or see where else I can help at. Now let's say that third day you call me and say I need some help. That's what this is for. But let's say you need all of that I just named, but you really want somebody to come and help with
more support, more like he did for the wedding that he just did for January 15th. He said he assisted with parties.
That's actually a different one. This one right here is more for if you need me to okay, what I really want you to do is just come and do marry us, come to the rehearsal. We need this type of we need you to wear this type of outfit. But only thing extra I need you to do is just make sure my best man is on his job. That's $600. Make sure my best man is on my job. I just need you to help us in finding a hall or just come and sit and help us with the planning. Like stuff like that.
Little extra services.
Little stuff. The big stuff, like let's say you really want me to be a major part of this wedding,
very involved
that's
wedding
the
officiant.
The 600 just me coming to say, okay, let's see, I don't think you should do this. Okay, I think you should reach out to this hall.
Right. So basically, you giving out one or two, you assisting with one or two extra things.
Yeah, just a few extra things, not a lot, not a major or anything like that. I'm not gonna sit there and like I can't sit there and help plan and then call around and see what this price is this and okay, let's see what this like. I can't do the whole wedding thing because that's what you need a wedding planner.
So your package for them coming to you, we're not doing at this moment. But you have the 250 package, which is you marrying them and going to their location. Within reason. It needs to be at least 24 hours, right, before you can. They need to book with, at least 24 hours in advance. And like you said, it's $250 for him to sign it.
And these prices may not even be correct. I just know the only one that is correct is the $1,200 one. These were early on. I did go through and change a few things, but that's everything that I do is still in these packages. The prices will change because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, by me changing this, the come marry us is $200 now.
Okay, so it's $200 for the come and marry us, which, like I said, that was him traveling to you. And within 24 hours, and he's marrying you, and he's making sure that he's marrying off the proper documents. for you guys to be married, and that's $200.
Yeah.
And then the next price is about $350. Right? Is that the next one? That $350, $400 one?
I believe so.
And that's you going to them as well.
Yep.
But you're also going to be there for a rehearsal.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Is it no custom? Now, is this a custom speech that you can make with this one? Or is this one still the same kind of?
For the $350?
$350, yeah, $400.
Yeah, that come. The only ones that don't come with the custom is the one where I come to y'all.
So the $350 to $400 one, you get a custom, a custom, marriage speech. He comes to rehearsal, the final rehearsal. He marries you guys, and then he comes dressed, if you have a dress code, to the best of his ability to fit in with the whole dynamic of your.
Right now, I'm going on Facebook, and I type e-tablet services now.
Okay. So, yeah, you can read it better off that. Okay, let's see your price.
Because I just made a post recently. And when I go down, I see my wedding packages, and here they are. I try to keep these posted as much as possible.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll just reshare them here and there, but my prices are the $150.
Okay.
That's just me signing this to sign the certificate and pronounces you married. You have to have 1 or 2 witnesses.
Okay.
You have to have 1 or 2 witnesses. That's for everything. Basically, if you got a best man and all that stuff, you got witnesses. So
right, exactly.
But they have to be there for when you're signing the marriage. I like to sign the marriage. In the book, it'll say that they want you to get the signature.
But if you really don't have it, guys, I'm sorry, go ahead. I apologize.
They want you to get the signature of the bride and groom after they've already been pronounced, after the wedding and stuff like that. Basically, to me, it sounded like it was saying to chase them down and say, hey, when you get time, can you come and sign this for me? And no, I do all of that out the way now. So the only thing you have to do at the wedding is just get married. Unless you say, we want to sign the marriage certificate after the wedding, then I will make that a priority to get you to sign it. But I will remind you and tell you in about 10 to 15, or after you guys do your dance or whatever, we need to sign. Boom. I might be gone for a minute because I'm going to mail that off right then and there. I'm not holding it. I'm not going to sit in the car. I'm mailing it right then and there.
And don't worry if you guys do not have a witness. He does ask me sometimes to fill in to be a witness, so I would not mind being a witness for you guys. So. Right. So I do accept that. Anyway, I'm sorry. So that was the $150.
Yeah.
The next one is
$400. Was that right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was still $400.
Okay.
Which is
everything in the first one, but you included.
So yeah, all the prices was right. 400, then the 600, then the 12.
Okay.
Then the 12. Yeah. So
the big wedding package that he did, that was his $1,200 package. You can actually go and see that on YouTube.
Yes. And that's one of the things too. Thank you for bringing that up. The $1,200 one. I can ask you because I will let you know. Do you want me to take pictures, as much pictures as I can of just stuff, and make my own little video for YouTube for you guys? I can make my own video. I can either make it private and send it to you, or I can make it public for YouTube for anybody and everybody to watch. Up to you. But when I make it, I don't just make it and then just upload and say, hey, it's uploaded to YouTube. Go check. I send it to you. I will send it to you. And if you say, I like it, I love it, you tell me what you want with it, it's done. I can put it on USB, whatever. So, yeah,
that sounds awesome.
$1,200. And you get all my pictures that I take too. I send you all the pictures. I can send it to your phone. I can send it through Facebook. I can send it through Instagram. I can send it through email. I don't have an iPhone, so I can like iCloud. I can Bluetooth. I can send them through message.
And guys, I cannot tell you enough how wonderful he made this party January 15th. It was just amazing. People go all out for certain things, and certain things cost more money. But for $1,200, he was one person and then some. You got to think about that. The same price that you guys would pay for somebody to do planning. You know, he was also a planner. People pay planners separately than they do wedding officiants, but he was a planner as well, and that was all included. So he wasn't just their wedding officiant. You know, he was their confidant. He assisted the husband and went between the husband and wife to kind of, like I said, not only to get to know them, to make that speech more personable to them. But he, you know, he went above and beyond by, like I said, being that confidant and that person between them. He assisted with, like I said, jewelry selections, and he assisted, like I said, with making robes and T-shirts for the bachelor and bachelorette party.
When you pay your money, I make sure you get your money's worth for your thing. That's the whole point of me doing it.
And for that one, we probably will offer a payment plan as well with the deposit, and then we can go from there.
That's a good idea.
So I think moving forward, we're going to offer a payment plan for the last two, the $600 and the $1,200. We're going to offer a payment plan for those with just deposit, and we can go from there in installments depending on how far in advance you book that one. But like I said, he was not only a wedding officiant, but like I said, he made the speeches personable. He assisted with food selection, jewelry selection. He actually did throw the bachelor party with the best man. So, you know, he went out and got, you know, went shopping himself personally to get those extra gifts and add those extra touches.
I even told the whole wedding party, I had the wedding party just send me all their money for the stuff, and I went out and bought everything.
Right, he was planning. He planned a lot. Like it's just the price doesn't even amount to the amount of care that he showed for this wedding, and it was just so amazing. But even the one that is 150, even with him doing the smaller, and it was just a couple, and they had their one witness. Like even with that, he still made it personable because he still took the time before he, you know, signed the documents and mailed them off. He talked to them, you know, asked them a couple of questions, and he wished them farewell. He actually texted, emailed them, I should say, afterwards just to make sure everything was okay. And I thought that was just really, really nice. And you don't find that with a lot of wedding officiants. We actually saw a wedding about a year ago now, but the pastor or wedding officiant or whatever he was, minister, couldn't even remember the couple's names. So, you know, they may not have paid $250, $300, $400, but he couldn't remember their names and messed up on their important day. So I just feel like even when you're giving them money, whether it's $150, $150, make sure that you're going to go with somebody that's personable. Make sure you're going to go with somebody that can remember your name on your special day. So, like I said, make sure to follow D. Chapman Services. Make sure to check out his YouTube video under D. Chapman Services on YouTube. Deontay Chapman, I'm sorry. Deontay Chapman on YouTube to see his wedding video. He created the video. He did a very good job. And you guys could just see some of his work and what he did. Like I said, he recommends vendors. So he has different vendors. He has party planners, you know, massage therapists that he can recommend. People that do logos, people that do shirts, and people that can do cakes and all types of things. So whenever if you're a couple looking out and you may watch this video or someone may be showing you this video, I hope that you watched it all the way through. I know it's pretty long, but we're just catching up with Deontay because we want him to know, wanted you guys to know everything that he has to offer. D. Chapman Services is going places, and we're trying to expand. So not only is he a notary, like I said, where he assists with, he can do school documents, he can do wills, he can do power of attorneys, and you know, I always forget. Titles. I'm sorry. And then he's going to be doing loan signing soon. So he's going to be taking the class to do mortgage loan signing, which is an extra stream of income. That's going to be so amazing, guys. So, like, if you need anything signed, Like I said, whether it's your kids' school stuff, if you need a power of attorney, and whatever, he's mobile. So he will travel to you as well. So remember that. He will travel. He does travel. Very reasonable. So like I said, you got a mobile one, an honest one, that does car titles as well, that does wheels. Like I said, it does power of attorneys, all types of, stuff like that if you guys need it. And then he's also a wedding officiant, and he offers like 3 or 4 awesome packages. And once again, guys, he travels. So you don't have to worry about trying to come to him. He's like I said,
to you for
absolutely.
That's my mission. That's my mission this summer, is to promote that more in my business.
Absolutely. So it'll be cards coming soon, guys. Yes. We hope to get a separate page on Instagram, and actually separate page, just www. Because we want you guys to be able to find us and book through Google as well for his services and our services.
I'm actually on Google. Okay,
well, see, guys, I didn't even know. I'm just like,
I just never got the. I don't. Let me see if I can find myself on Google. If I can find myself on Google right now. I just never got the verification code when they asked me for the verification thing for my business. The chapter says.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm on.
So
the YouTube will come up.
Okay, so his YouTube comes up if you check him on Google. So we're going to be working in the next couple of weeks to get him so that you guys can book actually on Google for his services. But like I said, we are really trying to venture off, guys, and do our, our own thing. And I'm really proud. Tay is always donating his time and stuff, and we all for, like I said, pro bono work. We're always looking into doing opportunities for the greater good. Also, different events and things like that.
With the Universal Life Church, this is for like I said, I'm in Ohio. I can marry people anywhere.
Oh yeah, that's a good tidbit, guys. I can marry people. If you're looking into doing this, just know that you can marry anywhere.
So if somebody want to fly you out to marry them, they can fly out to marry them. I actually do something where I do my weddings online, which means if you feel like it, you email if you have the means to email me your wedding license. All your papers need to be signed. I have a printer. I can just print them out, scan them right back to you. Scan them to my email. I scan them back to your email. You're good to go. Or you can either mail them. I prefer a manila envelope per se, so I can mail it right back to you and something like that, more secluded, more secure. You can send a manila envelope. However you want to send it to me.
See, I didn't know about this.
That you feel safe.
Online marriages. That is awesome.
With that though, we have to, like, I can Zoom. We can go on Facebook like this and create a little room. What I wanted to do was I wanted to get everybody's name on that have their Facebook that you would like to have.
Better to do a Zoom because
you could do it on your room.
That's documented.
You can do Zoom.
Because they may want to see.
Yeah,
they may want to see that because they're going to want to see the names, and you can see everybody that signed in.
Zoom. You could do Zoom. I don't know if Instagram do stuff like that. I will say I don't have a FaceTime, but you can video call. Whatever.
We're going to do I think Zoom would be better.
As long as I'm able to interact with you, like if I need to ask you a question, I can ask you right then and there.
See the IDs.
See your face. See your
and
IDs.
Everything that
I can do that. It don't say it's nothing extra to do this online.
No, the price will still be the same.
Yeah.
The one
I'm talking about like it's no certificates, there's no
Oh yeah,
like how
yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
do for the notary, it's none of that. Once you get this, you can do it however you need to do it, as long as you do it the correct way. Because the correct way is making sure you sign off on that, and then and it is by law you have to say, do you take such as the bill? I now pronounce you husband and wife or whatever they want to be addressed.
And I think is that one cheaper to do it online if you were to marry someone online?
It could be cheaper, yeah. For me to do them online, yeah. Or I mean, if they want to mail it, that's free. All you gotta do is get them in the envelope, put it in there. Or if you want to do it through the way I do my online is is $50.
Okay.
That's it, $50. Because I'm not doing a lot. All I'm doing is signing off on this and sending it back to you.
That's awesome. So guys, not only what online marriages for families that are different.
I can marry somebody in China.
You know, he's there to assist you guys with what and officiating. So that is, like I said, that's awesome. And then I didn't know, could you do baptisms or no?
Yes, thank you for asking. I can do baptisms. I can do everything that a minister, preacher can do. I can do baptisms. I can do
last rites, right? When
last
someone's
rites.
dying. Okay.
Yes, I can do all of that. That's what this is for. Basically, this is for another way to become a pastor, minister in your church, and do them duties. This another way for that.
That is so awesome.
Some people go to school because I guess it holds more weight and more,
Of course, but that is just so awesome. So not only do you do online marriages, you travel to people. You can be a personal assistant if they need it. You can make them things and customize packages to suit the couple, but you also do baptisms.
Yep.
You do last rites. You can do clergy type things like going to hospitals. I mean, that's just awesome.
With my religion, because I am Christian, because I believe I am a follower of Jesus Christ, or whatever. But because of my religion, I feel like me myself, because I don't follow my religion as I should be. I don't per se want to do baptisms right now at this time until I further learn up on it more. I want to do it,
right?
But I want to make sure when I do it, I want to do it the right way.
But just for people that actually come from that background, but maybe does not have college experience or went to school college-wise, you can still do baptisms and things like that if you're comfortable enough with this. Like I said, this nice side hustle. They have
a book online that'll teach you all about that too.
That's awesome. So guys, you see what I mean? I mean, so many great opportunities. I'm really happy to learn
so much
and to know that this is two jobs that, with other than background checks, you kind of really can get into for under $1,000. You did both of these for under $1,000 and got a business started that can pay for itself if you put your mind to it and get that that hustle mentality and the right clientele and word of mouth and markets right. You would get that $1,000 back twofold with these two. So, and it, like I said, not just about the money, but it's foolproof. It's two things that we saw even with a global pandemic that people were still doing. People still needed documents signed. People still, needed notaries, and people were still getting married. So and even more so, I should say. So, I think these are two really good foolproof side businesses or small businesses to start, and then fulfilling that and branching out if that's what you want to do, or keeping it as a side job. So babe, I do appreciate you getting on and doing this. I've been asking him to do it, guys, for so long because I really wanted him to get his business. I just wanted to show you guys real quick.
pressure seal. That's the most important part of your notary business. And the most important part of your being a clergy, besides your badge and, and itself. I hope I answered all the questions. I hope I answered everything. This will not be the last time or last live you hear me on or see me on. Um, Whenever you need to send me a question, whenever you need to get in contact with me, you can email me on here. D. Chapman Services on Facebook. D_Chapman Services on Instagram. Or you can just inbox my email, Mr. M.R. Chapman, CHAPMAN, services, SERVICES.com. You can email me there. Once again, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. You can email Ron for Autism, Ron for Autism LLC at gmail.com. The number 4, ROARING, the number 4, AUTISM. Roaring for Autism on Facebook and Instagram as well. You can email me or write me on any one of the pages for questions or help or just to book me and come in. So I plan on taking this business far. I don't know how far it will go or what far it will plan on going, but wherever God takes it, I'm here for it. So have a blessed night, everybody, and I will see you later. Also, and if you need to contact me, you can also contact my gaming page at Tay2Co Gaming as well. I do that too on my spare time. So anyway you can contact me, contact me. I'm open. So I will see you guys, and I'm gonna go get me some sleep so I can get my kids ready for school.